Welcome to the Cenario podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Okay, let's just jump right in. You know that feeling, right? Staring at the ceiling, clock ticking, and then the next day you feel like you're just wading through mud.
Oh, absolutely. So many people experience that. You're definitely not alone, if that sounds familiar.
And it feels like everyone's looking for natural ways to get better sleep now. Supplements seem to be everywhere.
They really are. There's just a ton of information floating around about sleep supplements. It can be really hard to know what actually works, what's backed by science versus, just clever marketing.
Exactly. So that's what we want to do today, really dive deep into the science behind these supplements. Cut through the noise a bit.
Our mission, basically, is to pull out the key insights, the stuff that's actually supported, so you can make more sense of it all.
Because getting good sleep, it's more than just not feeling tired, isn't it?
So much more. It's crucial for, everything. Your brain uses that time to lock in memories. Your emotions get regulated.
Metabolism, immune system,
Yeah.
It all relies on good sleep.
Right. And when you don't get enough sleep consistently, it really takes a toll. Mood, focus, even your long-term physical health can suffer.
And a lot of this comes down to our internal clock, right? The circadian rhythm.
Precisely. That internal 24-hour cycle is fundamental. It tells us when to be alert, when to wind down. It's influenced by light, dark hormones.
But modern life seems designed to mess it up.
Totally. Stress is a huge one. Then there's travel, jet lag, shift work, looking at screens late at night. Even just having an irregular schedule can throw it off kilter.
Which is, I guess, where the idea of supplements comes in. Even if you're doing all the right things.
Exactly. Even with good sleep hygiene, avoiding caffeine late, dimming lights, sometimes your system just needs a bit of extra help to get back in sync. A little nudge.
So when we talk about sleep supplements, what are we actually talking about?
Good question. We're focusing on the non-prescription kind. Often things derived from plants, nutrients, maybe hormone-based like melatonin. They're designed to support healthy sleep.
Support, okay. So helping you fall asleep faster, maybe? Or stay asleep?
Both, potentially. Help falling asleep, getting deeper sleep, waking up less during the night. They're really popular for people dealing with stress, travel, those mood swings, or just, chaotic schedules.
So how do they actually work? It's not like just taking a sleeping pill that knocks you out, is it?
That's a really key distinction. Most of these science-backed supplements, they work with your body's natural sleep systems. Think of it less like flipping an off switch and more like gently guiding your internal processes back towards their natural sleep state. It's generally a much gentler approach compared to many prescription options.
Less risk, maybe?
Often fewer side effects and less risk, especially for dependency, compared to some stronger medications.
Right. Okay, let's get into specifics then. Which ones have solid science behind them? Melatonin is probably the big one everyone knows.
Melatonin's definitely top of the list, and yeah, for good reason. It's the hormone our brain naturally makes when darkness falls. Its main job is signaling, hey, it's nighttime, time to rest.
So taking it as a supplement just boosts that signal.
Pretty much, it reinforces that natural cue. The key thing with melatonin is it primarily helps with the timing of sleep, getting your internal clock aligned.
And the research supports this.
Oh, yeah. There was a big meta-analysis in PLOS, one that's where they combined results from lots of studies, and it showed melatonin can shorten the time it takes to fall asleep and also increase your total sleep time.
So it's especially good for things like jet lag or shift work.
Exactly. When your circadian rhythm is out of whack, travel across time zones, working nights, or even conditions like delayed sleep phase syndrome, where you naturally fall asleep much later, melatonin can be really helpful.
What's the typical advice for taking it?
Start low, usually somewhere between 0.3 to 1 milligram. Take it about an hour before you want to sleep. And generally, it's recommended for short-term use.
Yeah.
We're still learning about the really long-term effects.
Okay, good to know. What about magnesium? I hear that mentioned a lot for relaxation.
Magnesium is another key player. It's a mineral, and it's vital for helping the nervous system calm down.
How does it do that?
It helps regulate neurotransmitters, those brain chemicals that promote relaxation and get you ready for sleep. Basically, it helps put the brakes on nervous system excitability.
And is there evidence it helps with sleep?
There is. A study back in 2012 found it improved sleep quality and duration, particularly in older adults who had insomnia. It seems especially useful if your sleep issues are tied to stress, muscle tension, maybe even anxiety.
Are certain types of magnesium better? I've seen a few different names.
Yeah, absorption matters. Magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate are often recommended because they tend to be absorbed more easily by the body. Glycinate especially is known for being gentle on the stomach.
Interesting. Okay, next up, L-theanine. That's the one from green tea. Green tea has caffeine. Doesn't that keep you awake?
It's a bit counterintuitive, isn't it? But L-theanine itself is fascinating. It's an amino acid that promotes this feeling of calm alertness, no drowsiness.
Calm alertness. How does that help sleep?
It works by quieting the mind. You know that feeling when your thoughts are just racing, making it impossible to drift off? L-theanine seems to help dial that down.
Ah, so it tackles the mental side of things.
Exactly. Research suggests even around 200 milligrams can help lower your resting heart rate and just create a general sense of relaxation. That makes it easier to fall asleep and potentially stay asleep too. Great for when you just can't switch your brain off.
Makes sense. Okay, what about valerian root? That sounds much more traditional, like an old herbal remedy.
It absolutely is. Valerian's been used for centuries, specifically for sleep. So its history is long, though the modern science is maybe a bit more nuanced.
Nuanced how? Does the research back up the tradition?
The studies are a bit mixed, honestly. Some research does show it can help reduce the time it takes to fall asleep, sleep latency, and improve sleep quality for some people. But the results aren't as consistently strong as, say, melatonin.
So maybe works for some, not others.
Potentially. It might be worth a try for occasional trouble sleeping, especially if stress seems to be the trigger. But one thing to know is it often takes time to work, maybe days or even weeks of taking it regularly before you notice a difference. It's not usually an instant fix.
Right, patience needed. Okay, moving on to GABA. That's a neurotransmitter, isn't it? Something our brain makes.
Yep. GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, is a major inhibitory neurotransmitter. Think of it as the brain's natural calming agent, telling neurons to slow down their firing.
So taking it as a supplement boosts that calming effect.
That's the idea. Some research suggests supplemental GABA might help reduce the time to fall asleep and improve sleep efficiency. But there's a bit of a debate in the scientific community about how well GABA taken orally actually crosses the blood-brain barrier to have a direct effect.
Ah, so it might not actually get into the brain easily.
That's the question. The science is still evolving, but people often try it if they feel like they just can't mentally shut off at night.
Interesting point about the blood-brain barrier. Okay, how about 5-HTP? I link that one with serotonin and mood.
You're right, it is linked to serotonin. 5-HTP is a precursor, meaning your body uses it to make serotonin, and serotonin is crucial for mood regulation.
But how does that connect to sleep?
Because serotonin is also the precursor to melatonin.
Ah, okay, so it's like a step removed, helping build the blocks for melatonin.
Exactly. By boosting serotonin, 5-HTP can indirectly support your body's natural melatonin production. Some studies suggest it might even increase REM sleep, which is important for dreaming and processing.
So maybe good if sleep issues are linked to mood.
Potentially, yes. Or low serotonin levels. Sometimes it's combined with L-theanine for a synergistic effect on relaxation and melatonin support.
We're covering some ground here. Let's talk ashwagandha. I feel like I'm hearing about that one constantly now, mostly for stress.
Ashwagandha is definitely having a moment. It's an adaptogen, which is a class of herbs thought to help the body, adapt to stress.
How does that relate to sleep? Stress obviously impacts sleep, but how does ashwagandha help?
One key way is by helping to lower cortisol levels. Cortisol is our main stress hormone, and if it's high at night, it can really interfere with sleep. Ashwagandha seems to help regulate that.
And is there specific research on ashwagandha and sleep itself?
Yes, there was a clinical trial in 2020. It found that taking 300 milligrams of the root extract improved sleep quality and also reduced perceived stress levels in participants.
So it tackles the stress and improves sleep?
It seems to. It's often suggested for people dealing with chronic stress, maybe feeling burnt out. A nice potential bonus is some people find it helps with daytime energy and alertness too, likely by improving sleep quality.
That sounds really useful, especially for ongoing stress.
Okay, last one on our list, Tart cherry juice. I usually hear about that for athletes and muscle recovery.
It's known for that too, because of its anti-inflammatory properties.
Yeah.
But it's also gained attention for sleep.
Why is that?
Because tart cherries are actually a natural source of melatonin.
Really? Actual melatonin in the fruit? Yeah. And antioxidants too. So the thinking is, drinking the juice can naturally boost your body's melatonin levels.
And does research support that?
Some studies suggest it can. It seems to potentially increase melatonin levels and improve both sleep duration and quality, especially noted in some studies with older adults. It might be a good option for milder insomnia or for people who prefer getting nutrients through food sources.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of options, each working slightly differently. So, how does someone listening figure out which one or which ones might be right for them?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Yeah. It really comes down to a bit of self-reflection first.
Like, what kind of questions should you ask yourself?
Well, start with the basics. Is your main problem falling asleep? Or is it staying asleep, waking up too early?
Okay, identifying the pattern.
Right. And then think about why. Is stress a big factor? Are you traveling or working shifts? Is your mood low? Trying to connect the sleep issue to potential triggers. Consider the format you prefer: capsules, gummies, powders, liquids. And are you looking for something just for occasional use, like after a stressful week? Or are you thinking more long-term support?
So, really narrowing down the what and the why.
Exactly. And then the golden rule. Start low, go slow. Always begin with the lowest suggested dose and see how your body reacts. You can adjust upwards if needed, but ideally do that with guidance from a doctor or pharmacist.
And quality matters too, I assume.
Hugely important. Look for reputable brands, preferably ones that do third-party testing. That gives you more confidence that you're actually getting the ingredient listed at the right dose and that it's free from contaminants.
Good advice. What about side effects? Are these natural options always completely side effect free?
Not necessarily. While they're generally well tolerated, some people might experience mild side effects. Things like morning grogginess, maybe some headaches, or slight digestive upset are probably the most common.
Anything more serious to watch out for?
Definitely. It's really important to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or if you're taking other medications, especially anything for anxiety, depression, or other sleep aids, interactions can happen.
So, don't just mix and match everything.
No, definitely avoid mixing multiple calming ingredients without professional advice. High doses or combinations can increase the risk of side effects. And always remember, these are tools. They support healthy habits. They don't replace them.
That's such a crucial point. What about things like long-term safety? Can you just keep taking these indefinitely?
Generally, for short-term use in the right doses, they're considered safe for most healthy adults. But using them continuously long-term, well, sometimes your body can build up a tolerance.
Meaning you need more to get the same effect?
Exactly. And there's a potential, though often low, for some level of dependence with certain supplements if used constantly for a long time. It's always best practice to see them as part of a bigger picture. And if you're thinking about long-term use, definitely chat with your doctor.
Okay. And combining them. You mentioned avoiding mixing too many sedatives. Are any combinations generally okay?
Some combinations might be fine, even beneficial, like we mentioned L-theanine sometimes being paired with GABA or 5-HTP. But again, the risk of side effects goes up when you start layering things, especially things with similar calming effects.
So, caution is key.
Absolutely. Start with one thing at a low dose, see how it goes. If you're considering adding another, get professional advice first. Better safe than sorry.
Right. And finally, even if someone finds a supplement helpful, we shouldn't forget the basics, should we? The non-supplement strategies.
Never. Supplements work best when they're layered on top of a solid foundation of good sleep habits. They can't compensate for poor sleep hygiene long-term.
So, quick reminder of those key habits.
Sure. Consistency is king. Try to stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends, as much as possible. Manage your light exposure, less blue light from screens before bed, more bright light in the morning. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet.
Wind down routine.
Definitely important. Reading, a warm bath, gentle stretching, meditation, whatever helps you relax. And watch the caffeine and heavy meals too close to bedtime. Little things add up.
So the takeaway is supplements can be really useful tools in the sleep toolkit.
But they're not magic pills. They're part of a bigger, more sustainable approach.
When you combine the right supplement, if needed, with those solid, healthy sleep habits.
That's when you really unlock the potential for better sleep and consequently better daytime energy and well-being. It's about supporting your body's natural rhythm, not overriding it.
Remember those core strategies: consistent schedule, a good wind down, managing stress, and an optimized sleep space.
Exactly. Put those pieces together, maybe with some targeted supplement support guided by science and professional advice, and better sleep really is achievable for most people.
That's a really positive and practical note to end on. Thanks so much for walking us through all of that science and helping us understand how to approach sleep supplements more effectively.
My pleasure. Hopefully, it helps people feel a bit more empowered to find what works for them.
Thanks for tuning in to the Cenario podcast. Don't forget to visit Cenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.